Police are looking for a dangerous black male who left the area of Nesbitt Road and Verona Road about 11:45 this morning. He is described as being 30 to 35 years old, having dreadlocks, is 6 feet tall and 200 pounds.
The search is on for a man the FBI says is wanted in connection to a homicide. It is a story we've been following for the last 6 hours. The FBI looking for a man considered very dangerous.
Here he is, a convicted felon. His name is Paris Poe. The 33-year-old is wanted on a warrant in Illinois, convicted for battery and robbery. Poe has dreadlocks in his hair and often wears them in a ponytail. He was last seen wearing a sweatshirt, green or gray in color, and a black jacket. Poe was captured in this surveillance photo at the Countryside Inn and Suites in Fitchburg. The search began around noon today, a 3-mile radius from Verona Road and Highway PD, and from that intersection, the search area extends east to Seminole Highway and west all the way to Highway M. Residents in that search area got a reverse 911 call today describing Poe as very dangerous and urging them not to approach him and to contact authorities. News 3 is bringing you team coverage of the search tonight.
Jessica Arp is in Fitchburg, where the search first started earlier today.
But we'll begin tonight with Jennifer Hoff at the Fitchburg Firehouse near McKee Road, and she has more about the man police are still looking for tonight. Jennifer?
Susan, this is the area where authorities have been hosting news conferences throughout the afternoon. We're actually awaiting one that was supposed to be set right for the 6 o'clock hour. Of course, if the authorities come up and want to start that, we'll take that news conference live. But we want to give you a little bit of background information on the man that those authorities are looking for. Locally, they've been searching for Poe for about 2 days, but in Chicago, where he's from, media reports suggest that he's been on the run for about a week now. He's been out of jail and on parole in Cook County, Illinois for battery and robbery convictions in 2011. The FBI said an associate of Poe's gave him a ride to Madison, where Poe has more friends and family, but he's also been seen on the area on foot. He's wanted for questioning in a federal gang-related murder in investigation and now for fleeing. And of course, Poe is considered armed and dangerous. And at one of those earlier newscasts, this is what the FBI had to say about him.
He does have a violent criminal history, and he is believed to be armed with a handgun. So we are urging anyone who may see something suspicious, if they see something that's amiss in their backyard and they're in this area, please call us. Call 911. That information will be shuttled to our command post here, and we'll act on it.
Witnesses last saw Poe near Cops on Maple Grove around noon. Police recovered the sweatshirt there they think he was wearing in the parking lot. And then there was another sighting of him about an hour later, and authorities say that they will continue to keep looking for him as long as credible tips keep coming in. And again, we are awaiting a news conference from authorities. Susan and Eric.
And when they take the podium, we will bring it to you. Jennifer Hoff reporting live. Thanks, Jennifer.
Our team coverage continues. The search taking over much of the southwest side of Madison this afternoon, blocking traffic and even locking down businesses.
News 3's Jessica Arp has been there all afternoon, and she joins us from where much of the police activity started today. Jess?
Well, yeah, this intersection right behind me of Fitch-Verona Road and Nesbitt Road was the hub of police activity at the early part of the day. But as the search spread across town, it locked down everything from businesses to daycares. A dramatic SWAT team search of a house in Fitchburg this afternoon, Marty Fox-Hanfeld won't soon forget.
And all of a sudden, you know, we saw the cop cars and we're like, what's going on? And all the chaos came about 5-10 minutes later, where they started blocking the roads. The SWAT team came out, guns were drawn, they had the police dog coming out sniffing the house, and they sat like that for about 15 minutes or so, and that was the end of it.
She and her co-workers locked down It's Your Party across the street as law enforcement blocked off Fitch-Verona and Nesbitt roads searching for Paris Poe.
So we were safe, we were sound, all the phones were going off, everyone was checking in on us to make sure we were okay, but it was good, and yes, a little scary.
After police cleared the scene, they moved west to Maple Grove Road, where the Capital Land Child Care Center also went into lockdown.
So we went around and told all the teachers immediately, and I went to go find our security to let them know as well. And he was already aware. He was talking to our pastor to figure out what precautions exactly they're going to be taking on the outside of the building while I was taking care of the inside.
Thousands of residents in the area got reverse 911 calls alerting them of the news and suggesting to lock their doors, advice the Bavaria Sausage Kitchen intends to keep of delivery doors that had typically remained open.
Usually we feel very safe here where we're located. Yeah. Wow. We have no reason not to.
And we understand that the news conference has begun in Fitchburg. We will toss it back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Jess.
The FBI now with the very latest on this case. Let's take it live in Fitchburg.
This gentleman is a fugitive and is not an investigation here of a crime that was committed in Fitchburg. We think life should go on as normal as it can. We think our community is safe. But with that, I want to pass it over to GB, who's been the lead for the FBI. They've been fantastic to work with, and I know he has some things he wants to share with you tonight. So GB.
Good evening. My name is GB Jones. I'm an assistant special agent in charge with the FBI in Milwaukee. We have a responsibility for the territory that we're talking about today out here in the Madison area and in Fitchburg. This morning we attempted to make an arrest of Paris Poe in Madison, and led us to a hotel here in Fitchburg and missed him by about 10 minutes when he was tipped off by somebody else. He is still at large. We do not have him in custody yet, but there is no ongoing threat to the community. As I mentioned at 4 o'clock, we don't have a specific and particularized threat to anyone or any area in Fitchburg or Madison. We don't have any information that says he's out of the area, but we don't have any information that says he's in a specific place in the area. One thing I would like to communicate to you and really to solicit again from you is the community support in trying to identify any location that Mr. Poe may be, and particularly passing that information to us as quickly as possible. If you see him, please call 911. If it's an emergency, investigative tips we'll take through our non-emergency numbers, but please, if you have any information pertaining to this case, 911 is an appropriate call from wherever you may be in the Metro Madison area. We do have a reward that we're offering in this case. It's a reward of up to $20,000 for information that leads to his arrest. That information is posted on the FBI website. It's www.fbi.gov in the Chicago field office information, Chicago's wanted fugitives. So Paris Poe is a fugitive, again, born January 20th of 1980. His flyer is on that website, and the $20,000 reward information is on there. So Chad, did you have anything else that you wanted to? Okay. Again, we're going to persist with our investigation until we've exhausted all of our logical leads up here. So we do invite the community to contact us with anything that might be even remotely suspicious in the area. Again, about a 3, perhaps now with as much time as elapsed, a 5 or 6 mile radius of the hotel, the Country Inn and Suites. Again, no specific vehicle information from him or about him. We're still treating it as if he may be on foot. So nothing has been ruled out yet.
Tell us the last time you confirmed sighting him?
Again, consistent with our message at 4 o'clock, it was about 1:15. Again, the same line of departure from the hotel. It was consistent with those video images we sent out earlier.
Just to confirm, there have been some reports of some vehicles that he might have been, but you're not confirming any of those right now?
We've identified a number of vehicles that belong to potential associates of him, but we don't have any particular vehicles that we can put him in. So we don't have enough information really to put it out. We don't want folks to get so fixated on a single vehicle that we're losing sight of the fact that he could be just about anywhere in this area.
Have you located those vehicles and cleared them yet?
Now, that's still an ongoing process. We have identified a couple of vehicles. We have cleared those, or at least we know where those vehicles are. They're not actively being driven by anyone. So that's again why we don't want to put out some erroneous information. We want to make sure that we've got only good information we're passing your direction.
Just curious, you mentioned you expect this by carrying a handgun, armed with dangerous gun. You don't need to remember. You also mentioned there's not really a risk to the local public here. Is there a reason? Those seem like sort of different messages.
Well, absolutely. Anyone who's armed and criminal in nature presents a threat, particularly if they feel like they're boxed in somewhere, they don't have any way of getting away. That's why it's a generalized threat. He's a fugitive on the run. It's a generalized threat. It is not a particularized threat to an individual, to a particular area of town. We don't have something that says he intends to do an armed robbery or any other sort of violent crime at a particular location. It's just that he has a propensity to use weapons. We are treating him as if he may have access to those weapons, and we're in an abundance of caution communicating that information to the public.
Anything change about how you're going to continue to pursue him throughout the night?
No, we will, again, continue to pursue every logical lead that we get in yet this evening. As those leads decrease in volume, we may pare back the number of resources that we have up here. At some point, this will become a logical fugitive investigation. It will transition back to the Office of Origin in FBI parlance, which in this case is the Chicago Division. They will continue to pursue it through whatever means possible, their fugitive investigation. But the immediacy of this particular area may grow cold in a short period of time.
So you have not scaled back yet at all?
No, we're still actively working this area.
Just so we know, you still think he's on foot? Do you think he's wearing a t-shirt, dreadlocks, ponytail?
We have no information to suggest that he has any other clothing than what we put out earlier. We believe a t-shirt. We do believe that we've recovered the sweatshirt that was in the video from the hotel. So the last sighting we had was just in a t-shirt. Still the dreadlocks, yes.
Why do you think someone tipped him off at the hotel?
I wouldn't begin to speculate as to why someone would communicate that to a criminal.
Who it might be? Or?
No.
Were any weapons found in his room?
So
In the hotel room?
No. No. Okay. Anything further from Dane County? Again, this has been a tremendous law enforcement effort, a joint effort with the Division of Criminal Investigation from the state of Wisconsin, Dane County, Fitchburg PD, Madison PD, Verona PD, UW PD, just a number of resources here.
All right, that is Special Agent in Charge GB Jones from the Chicago Field Office of the FBI. Again, the search continues for Paris Poe, and they continue to search in that area, so be vigilant. And if you see anything, they continue to ask for community support as they continue that search.
They're still getting active tips and leads, so let's take another look at the picture of the man that police are looking for. He is 33-year-old Paris Poe. He is wanted on a warrant in Illinois, and he is a convicted felon. He has dreadlocks in his hair, often worn in a ponytail, and he was last seen wearing this sweatshirt, green or gray in color, and a black jacket. And he was captured on this surveillance photo at the Countryside Inn and Suites. He was seen there at 11:30 this morning, and then last seen near the Cops grocery store on Maple Grove Road at around noon. And since that time, the search has continued.
They have recovered that sweatshirt, but now say he is in a t-shirt, and they have perhaps expanded that search area a little bit. Well, schools around our area in lockdown mode much of the afternoon. Some students spent the day huddled underneath desks. Their parents were forced to show ID to pick them up. Theo Keith now continuing team coverage in Verona, the district that was most impacted today. Theo?
Eric, yeah, the all clear was given here in Verona a couple of hours ago. Administrators say the 3-hour hard lockdown went well, although some parents contacted News 3 upset, saying there was a lack of communication as the situation unfolded. Parents were finally able to see their kids right around the 4 o'clock hour when they ran up to the gym in order to meet their kids and finally take them home. Before that, kids were kept in the dark in their classrooms, and about 200 parents showed up waiting in a line outside the school in order to get in. They had to show ID to do that, and then staff would go back into the individual classrooms, bring the kids up front, and then they could go home. While some parents showed up here saying that they were unaware of the lockdown situation, others said the district kept them in the loop via email.
You know, I figured he was safe at school, and when they were in lockdown, I felt good and that they were keeping an eye on him and that they were safe.
Meanwhile, in Madison, there was a precautionary lockdown at 2 schools. Police were outside Chavez Elementary and also Leopold Elementaries, although both schools released their kids at 2:30 and 3:30 respectively on time today. The district said that neither school was ever unsafe during this process. Back to you.
All right, Theo, I know a lot of teachers comforting some students that were concerned in their classrooms, so kudos to them as well. Theo in Verona today. Theo, thanks.